Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of the OffTheBeat podcast. We have a special guest today. Jonah, introduce our special guest.
No, it's your turn to introduce special guest. Okay, it's Hannah.
I'm Hannah.
That's Hannah.
And I got 2 thumbs.
This is Jonah's... Explain how you know her. Just explain it real quick.
Okay, we're
roommates, but it's kind of complicated.
It's
Really?
platonic.
It's like we're dating, but like in a very platonic way.
In a financial way.
I'm dating
We
him
share
for
money,
his
that's it.
mini fridge.
That's it. That's the whole reason.
Yeah, I mean,
Never seen one of these before.
well, it's funny. We were actually talking about this last night. She's banned from mini
I
fridges.
can't have a normal...
She can purchase
Wait,
and
why?
own a regular sized fridge, but no
Why?
minis.
I can't have a mini fridge.
Wait,
This
why?
is a bit.
I thought it was real. Good job.
Wow.
I was like, this sounds like a story that these two would have. Like,
No,
Hannah,
no way.
for some reason, is just not allowed.
I'm not allowed to buy a
Imagine
mini
how
fridge.
would they enforce that?
I
It's like,
can
oh
buy
fuck,
a
it's the
normal
one
size
woman
fridge.
that can't.
You know how like on milk cartons, it's like the lost kids on the back. On every refrigerator on the back,
Every
there's
mini
just
fridge.
Hannah. It's just
She's like,
Do
"Hannah,
not let her
do
buy
not
this."
resell to
She's about
this
to-
woman.
dangerous.
She's about to complete the transaction. They're like,
Wait a second. this
wait,
is you.
but she's wearing like the marks.
Like
Grabs
my
her
my
Mark's
sign is
glasses.
behind their head, like in the
She's just
scenes.
on top of you under a trench coat. It's just really
I'm just so fucking
really
big.
Tall Hannah, that's it.
She's just taller, so it's like, checks out.
They're like,
Enjoy your mini fridge.
This picture's really small. She's
Dude,
big.
she
She's
looks
so
like she'd be
large.
short in the picture,
It
like in the
says
face.
5'3" in description. This person's easily 14 feet tall.
Yes, because you standing on my head would make us a staggering 14 feet.
That's pretty accurate, right?
No, you guys
Well,
both
I'm not
have to be
7
7 feet tall.
You're
Oh.
not 7 feet. We'd be
11
about
to
we'd
12
be about
feet
11 feet.
Yeah.
11 and
Which is
3 inches.
believable. I've seen people like that.
Yeah, so
Are
many.
they dead?
Maybe the tallest man in the world.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of fossils, actually. That's it. So.
Fossils are pretty tall, yeah. Just bones, you know?
Have you noticed how our podcast is, like, much more...
Shitty?
You?
No.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know, maybe, but it like doubles the amount of views. And we're talking about like from 8 to 20 here, but like still,
No,
Yeah.
our
it's like-
podcast gets like high 20s to 30s
yeah,
in
no.
views.
Your
And
first
which are-
podcast has
I
55
know,
views.
yeah, it has like 50 views, and so like
Why didn't you subscribe?
Just a moment of silence for their YouTube channel.
We just gotta have a look of shame for all the people who didn't fucking subscribe. Jeffrey, if you would.
Alright, that's the thumbnail.
Alright.
Most of the time
But
I
yeah.
upload the video and I like, oh fuck, I need a thumbnail, and so I'll go grab a screen grab real quick and then make the title and whatever. Like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
God.
the thumbnail. But yeah, like an episode of the Let's Play will go out. Maybe it's just because those series are like stale
I think it's also
or
just because
something.
It's like, you know, it's 2019. We made a Let's Play channel. Like,
Some of them do well though.
no, yeah, I like what
Like,
we do.
some of them do
I wouldn't
well.
make this stuff if I wouldn't watch this stuff.
Yeah.
It's so far.
I enjoy watching
Yeah, no,
our videos.
okay. Yeah,
I'm a
it's not-
subscriber.
it's like legit. I like, obviously, like, we could do some stuff better, sure, but whatever. But like, as of right now, we're still working out the kinks and stuff of like what
Yeah.
we're doing and stuff.
Until
So,
like an hour ago, I didn't even know how to edit.
Yeah.
And you know this is episode 5 of the
I'm
podcast.
gonna move this.
That
mic.
has
Gotta
to-
keep talking so I can do this.
Okay.
Keep go.
The pressure's
Oh.
on.
Just staring right at the mic. As you guys know, the podcast goes up every week, so that has to be recorded in that week so that it can go up the next week.
Yeah.
And I've just learned how to edit before episode 5 of the podcast. That means this channel's been out for over a month,
It's gone really fast.
and I haven't edited even one of them.
you did edit one video that never got to
That's
see the
not
light of
even
day
true. I edited
because-
like half that video.
Okay, but
And
like,
then you went back and
it
fixed
was
it.
like BioShock, or was no? I was doing BioShock. You were doing the first rendition of Battlefront.
I think I actually did have an episode of Bioshock that I was doing.
Yeah. Because it was gonna be like we were gonna switch off episodes instead of series.
I don't know.
Series is just much easier.
I don't know what the idea was. I didn't know how to do it.
I don't know. Basically, probably what we'll do for like the podcast is just you'll edit like an odd number episode, and I'll edit the even number episodes.
Okay. Well, I might pass gas soon. Is that okay?
That's completely
Just
fine.
put the mic
actually.
in your ass.
That's happened
while
before.
you do it.
That's actually the guest for next week's podcast is Jonah's gas.
My stinky
It'll
gas.
be filling this
My garse.
You'll be able
circumference.
to see it.
We have like a jar to contain him because he's pretty fucking ravenous.
Well, you gotta put it in the freezer first, and then it collects and.
Yeah. It gets so angry.
Yeah, it gets really mad. If you take off the lid, it'll like snap at you. But...
Do you guys know that you can buy like a fart spray?
No.
Why?
You can.
Does it just smell like farts?
Yeah.
Like instead
My
of like
aunt-
for Breeze, you're like, oh, I got company coming over. He just
My
sprays.
aunt, like-
for Breeze words.
Rolled down, or my uncle rolled down my aunt's window, or
Yeah.
about this much, and then sprayed her whole car.
And she's an ant, so she probably died because she has.
Yeah,
She's
like,
so
she
small.
needs more oxygen.
So good.
Yeah. But that's how I knew about it.
Damn.
And that didn't even make sense what I said. She needs more oxygen than a bigger organism.
If she was bigger, she would need more oxygen. 'Cause
Yes.
remember, everybody knows that.
Like a
thing?
normal-sized human
Everybody
aunt.
knows that thing is that
My aunt's fucking fat.
they're big.
Damn.
No, it's okay.
She's watching
Let's
this.
be honest.
Jackie?
Is Hannah, is your aunt gonna watch this? But even my mom.
I have not
watch,
seen
like, the
my
first
aunt
15
in
minutes.
literally a decade.
Sounds like she's a loyal viewer.
She is. This
Your
is
mom
how she
couldn't
keeps
get
up with
through
me.
the first episode because I swear.
No. It's not because she couldn't. That's not why. She was just like she just talked. She was like, I mean, it's just not stuff that I would like watch, but like I watch it just to like support you. Or
Okay,
whatever.
but what did she say? She said Jonah's got a
she
potty
said
mouth.
That you did have a potty mouth. Jonah does have an official. Jonah Rice
And
gets the official Shelby Eisen
Potty mouth.
Potty Mouth Award.
If I knew Photoshop, I'd make that stamp of approval and I'd put it like on my body.
Is that right?
But I don't.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, that's funny.
it's whatever.
Oh,
I don't care who you are. That's funny.
Okay, here you are. That's Prilosec. All right, that's what he.
I love Prilosec. Those are two different comedians.
No, wait.
One is the cable guy and one is the skinny
Sorry, I was just
redneck.
thinking-
Like,
one's the fat redneck.
you
one's
know
the
you're
skinny
redneck. if
You know, okay, I can shit on them all I want, and like, don't get me wrong, they're not funny to me anymore. However,
They're
I
not.
was fucking raised on like the blue collar, Bill
Oh, yeah.
Engvall, Larry the
Is that
Cable
his name,
Guy.
Bill Engvall?
No. That's Larry the Cable Guy is Prilosec. Jeff
Well, yeah.
Foxworthy.
Jeff, that's his name.
Yeah. What a fucking dumb.
Didn't he also
You
post
know you're
Smarter Than a
redneck.
Fifth Grader?
Why did he post Are You Smart?
I don't-
Fifth grade?
Probably
What is
because
it
he
with?
wasn't.
What is it with like different? I mean, it must. It's probably just stupid money is what they get. Like it's
reality,
gotta be-
or not
Absolutely.
reality,
It's
but game
gotta
show
be that.
television.
It's the only game show recently that I've seen that looks fun is like the mini golf one. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
Dude, I don't know. Family Feud, it still airs, and I think it'd still be fun.
I don't. I used
Like,
to like Family
imagine
Feud
if-
a lot.
I still like watching it because Steve is a fucking mess.
Steve is a man. He's just been doing it so long. You're just like
He's
he's just out of breath and.
somehow senile. Like,
Yeah.
He's senile, but keeps himself together just enough to masquerade as like a, just
like-
a normal man.
like literally, it's like, name something you put in a vagina.
Show me cantaloupe.
And then the guy's like, penis, Steve. Whoa! You can't say that on television.
Have you seen his talk show?
Yeah.
It's
What,
like
the-
there was this
The
one.
the post
Yeah.
Family
There was this
Feud
one-
studio audience.
Go ahead, and then I want to.
There's
Yeah.
this one bit where he was like famous and successful people don't get 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
He was
you
like,
don't fucking sleep.
You
want to be successful?
You don't sleep.
Don't.
Don't sleep.
don't sleep, but he
Stop.
doesn't say anything past that. He doesn't say you have to
all.
like do this
No,
in
yeah.
your
Yeah,
time.
he's just like they're
It's-
working.
no.
He's like
They're on the
personifi-
grind.
It's like the personification of those like shitty. Okay, if they help people, sure, anybody can use them. But in my opinion,
those like motivational pictures have never once gotten me to
Now,
get
like,
up and
the
like
Facebook
like
moms.
people who are like I'm looking at you, all of my relatives on Facebook that are not watching this.
They
like,
are. I'm contacting them personally.
I'm posting it on Facebook.
Oh, shit. No, but like they'll like post a picture of like someone that we don't know. It's just like someone that was on Google, and it's just like a picture of someone running on a beach, and it was like, I could have had the extra biscuit this morning, but instead I chose an extra mile or some shit. And it's like, is that supposed to inspire me to get up?
Yeah.
He's like, fucking Sharon. That make you feel fucking good when you
like,
posted that and it got like 16
right,
likes
it's like,
from your immediate family?
Did that happen this morning?
Were you eating biscuits this morning? And we're like, I am still hungry, but I think I'll just run an extra mile on the beach instead.
Yeah, and so it's just
you
like,
live in central Kentucky.
Stuff like that. Right, it's just like, it's so clearly, that is not your life.
They're like no doubt addicted to cigarettes for 50 years.
Yes, yeah. That's like
they're at least 55.
That's it.
They do not run.
No.
They seek validation from the other moms who wish that they ran too.
Dude, there's so many.
It's a network.
That's the thing is like, I mean, like, I get it, like, oh, social media this, social media that, like, don't get me wrong, like, social media sucks, but, like, we all use it.
Hey, Twitter's fun.
Yeah, Twitter's fun. Twitter still sucks.
Twitter sucks, but Twitter's fun.
Like, it just all sucks.
I didn't know how badly Reddit sucked.
Reddit
the Reddit app for, like, iOS or whatever.
No, the Reddit app is horrible, don't use it.
That feels bad. I went to the desktop.
Yeah.
So much worse.
Yeah, no, you got to use the old Reddit. Yeah, because they forced this like new design, and everybody was like,
it's like impossible to use.
Yeah, no, just go to oldreddit.com and it just lets you browse. It's like Reddit's still fun, it has the old version, and I use an app called Narwhal, which is literally just, here are your subreddits, here are the posts. That's it. It's not like, here's the image before it even loads. And it's like, NSFW tag? Who gives a shit? It's like, oh, okay. Like, I guarantee you I could have just changed that in my settings, but I was too lazy. I'm just going to download a new app. That's all I'm going to do. So,
I bring up Reddit for one specific purpose.
Yeah. That one
what is it?
Purpose.
What is it?
Yeah.
What are you looking at? Tell me right now. Tell me right now.
So there's a subreddit called r/record this for free. It's a subreddit where people with scripts that they want voice acted will post them and be like, hey, looking for this. Yeah. Voice acted, if you're interested, DM me for the script, I guess, little guy. And so I went on a few of them, and I'm like, hey, give me scripts, you bigger guy than me. And they're like, okay, here they come. Yeah. And so I did some auditions. Yeah. And I'm waiting. I'm sitting and waiting and clenching.
Hopefully it goes well. I'm really excited.
Basically, I've auditioned for a fan-made Godzilla stop motion film.
You gotta start somewhere though, man.
It sounds awesome.
I love Godzilla. Really good.
He showed it to us before.
He showed me some test footage.
I want to see it.
It looks really cool.
I want to watch it.
Then maybe I'll be like the president of the United States.
Of world.
I'll be Mom, ruler of world.
I'm president of world.
I get a part. It isn't the president. I call my mom. She wakes up. It's like, oh, she never calls me. Is something wrong? Mom, I'm president of world.
What?
All right. Well, he's not my son anymore. And she rolls over.
She says, "Do you need to be picked up right now? Are you like okay to drive?
You okay?"
So that's what my mom would say on the phone. She says, but I'm basically just waiting for that email.
Dude, well, hopefully you get it, man.
Because I sent that guy like 7 read-throughs of the lines he gave me.
Like different voices, right?
Yes.
Just the same 7 times.
It's just like, a little different inflection. Like, I went to the park. I went to the park. And it's like, yeah, we don't want you at all.
It's like, what? That's
not what we asked for at all. We pretty much specified specifically what we did want, and you just did your own thing.
Any of that.
You just kind of yelled at me.
You wasted my time.
Yeah.
You wasted my time, but more importantly, you wasted your life.
Dude, I've done a few of those things for like kind of doing it like online, like freelance stuff.
Okay,
like
are
that.
you a liar or are you?
No, not voice acting.
No, I was just gonna give you shit like, all right, where's an example, or are you just lying?
No, I did like video editing and stuff like that. Like I've done a few like small things like charity videos and whatnot, and
Mine's like a step under freelance because they don't pay.
And like you get up there eventually, and
Yeah.
like you got to do it
theory,
for free eventually
yeah.
and stuff like that, and then you kind of build your resume and stuff. But like eventually, I got to the point where I was like, I don't want to do freelance anymore. But I never took down my offering, like whatever.
So you still got
and
people?
the website that I use is called Upwork, which may actually have voice acting on there. I'll have to check, and if it does, I'll let you know. But like I never took down my thing, and the way Upwork works.
What's
is
Upwork?
Like, it's like a. I realized what you Anyway, the way it works is like that you can approach different jobs, but different jobs have the ability to look at you and a bunch of different resumes and be like,
They can ask you.
Yeah, like they invite you to interview for it, and so
Okay.
like if you look at one of my email for that one, I have like 10 different jobs that are like, hey, possibly like whatever. It's like just like one video, and then there's one that was like, hey, it's like 10 videos over the course of 10 weeks, one video each week, and I just like,
Nope.
just,
That sounds like a lot of work. What
yeah, it's just like I don't want to do it
for
like,
a single guy?
basically, it's like unless so most YouTube channels, the way they work is like if they want like an editor, they'll pick someone that they know who's either already a fan of their content or a friend who can edit, and they'll pay or whatever. That website is also the website where like a lot of YouTubers will be like, I already have it. They won't ever say who they are. They just say, I have an audience on YouTube already. I'm looking for like a video edited every day, Monday through like Friday, like one video every day. And so like there was some points when I was still working at the post office, I was like, honestly, I mean, like, why not? I could just like on top of doing
like
my
how
own
much
channel,
money would that be?
I could right exactly. That's the thing is like usually it's never gonna pay that much more, more so than like maybe like $100 a week. And they could pay more if they're making more, but
Yeah.
most times if they're advertising on this, like you every once in a while you could see someone that was like, I have like an audience that is this big, and I think they were talking about like 80,000 to like 100,000, but then a lot of the times it was just like there's like some people who are like, I'm looking to start like a health vlog channel, and I'll pay, like they just have like a lot of money for some reason, and they're just like willing to put like a lot into it. And part of me was like, yeah, I could do that. And then most of me was like, one, I don't want to force them into this thing, because like in my opinion, YouTube should really be like, at first you should be making majority of the content, or whatever.
Yeah.
And like if you want to pay for someone, that sure. Like we were gonna pay like an artist for like our assets, and then we got Jordan to do it, and like he told us, he was like, all you gotta do is just like take us out to dinner. And like that's good.
Well, I haven't even done that.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet. We should probably do that.
Jordan?
soon.
Maybe next week.
Yeah,
Jordan will be here.
Yeah, actually, yes.
And we'll go out to dinner.
We should actually. That actually.
Jordan,
if you're watching, Jordan.
Okay,
if
here's the thing.
We're only 18
Stipulation.
minutes in, so he could still be watching.
Stipulation, yeah. If you've made it this far,
You text us.
you can be on this couch next week and
I'm not
buy
gonna
dinner.
remember this bit. I guarantee you, I'm not gonna remember this bit.
He's gonna text one of us out of the blue and be like, "Hey,
Hey, like I heard the podcast, and we'll be like, "What was he talking about?"
nah, I won't fucking forget." But
I
if you
probably
didn't
will.
even make it 19 minutes in,
Right? Come on, Jordan.
you'll never know what you missed.
We still need to decorate our wall.
For sure.
So, okay, I have an idea.
Yes.
I have a rug.
Okay.
I've told
the
you
cartoon
about it.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the rug that most kids had in
We
their
should do it.
childhood.
Can I still want to get like a print of our thing and put it in like those like $10 poster cover things that are like, it's like a cardboard piece, and then,
Yeah.
like, and you put like the borders on it. I literally just want to like print off our image with like the triangles and the circles. It just fuck, Matt's upside down.
I did it on purpose.
Oh, okay,
You have a ghost?
Yeah, no, it's the official sign of distress for OffBeat, because
Yeah.
like if a flag is, if you're in distress, you flip your flag upside down. We flipped our flag upside. We are in
Yes,
distress.
I am very.
I'm fucking fuming.
I am fucking fuming.
I like to say it to you because, like, I can't do it, but you can.
You know you're prompt to respond.
Yeah, I know he's gonna do it.
I am raging. And that's what she
You
says.
want to talk about what game we're playing on the channel next?
Oh!
I know you're very excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What game is it?
It's called Fate.
Yeah.
All capitals.
Yeah.
For some reason.
So, like, describe it. What is it?
It's FATE. It's one of the first dungeon crawlers.
Yes.
Create your character. Customize your pet.
Voice. People who need voice acting. Okay.
DM me
describe it, but in a trailer voice.
Okay. I'll do it.
Okay, watch it, because you got
Shut
the
the
short
fuck
cord.
up.
You have the
dude.
short cord.
Shut your stupid ass mouth.
I would buy another cord, but, like,
Why?
these
Do
are
it.
expensive
No,
as
it's
shit
okay.
for some reason. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so here we go.
All right, go. He's going?
Fate. A world
Yeah.
shrouded in darkness.
Good.
One
Uh-huh.
small child.
Oh, small.
Boy or girl.
Fetal.
Customize your
Just-
character.
Like, you want a hot dog.
Unleash your dog or cat.
Right?
Feed them fish. Watch them transform.
Whoa.
Enter the dungeon.
Whoa.
Fight monsters. Randomize floors.
Whoa.
Get to level, like, 43 or
That's
50.
a good level cap.
That's a lot. No, okay. Actually,
Yeah.
fuck the trailer. It's over.
Trailer's it. That's over.
There's, the game is like, God, like,
A battle royale.
it's it's advertised as an endless dungeon.
Yes.
So you can keep just going down. But somebody found out just by, like, I guess cheating,
being pro
that
gamer.
the game caps at, like, 2,700,000 floors. Like, getting through a
'Cause no person
floor,
would actually get there.
getting through a floor takes like 15 to 20 minutes.
Doesn't it just, like, continuously get harder?
Yes, and they scale
Right.
up,
Yeah.
and you have to get better equipment and armor and
And
whatever,
but,
or
like,
you
at some
won't be able
point,
to beat
Your
it.
better equipment and armor, like, will run out because, like, there's only... Or does the armor also scale with you?
The armor scales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
so
I thought it was like how in Gungeon there's, like, certain guns...
no.
Okay.
Yeah. No, in this one, all your items have stats.
Okay.
They're like, yeah,
I'm
and you have to
excited.
have, like, a certain stat when you level up to be able to wield most things.
Right.
I'm doing, like, a shitty playthrough right now where I'm pretty much just building strength and I have a sword and shield.
Yeah.
But you can build, like, magic.
back
You
into
can
it?
build, like, bow.
Right. Are you getting back into it so, like, we can... Like, you can play it on the channel and, like, be good at it? Or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was actually
Yes.
practicing for that reason, but also it's like some people. I won't say everyone because I feel like that's a weird generalization to make, but a lot of people have, like, that one game on the computer
Yeah.
that your grandpa had when you
Yeah.
were little
Yeah.
that you would just play.
Yeah.
For me,
Is
it
that-
was like
Fate and
a 3D
something else.
Hot Wheel
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
where you, like, build the tracks
Oh, okay,
and,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
and Fate.
Yeah.
And it was really weird. I found out that Jordan also
Kaylee.
fated.
Yeah, no, Kaylee's mom had...
Kaylee's mom.
For some reason... Okay, Kaylee's mom
I think
doesn't, like, use computers all that much or whatever, but they
I
have
think I
Fate
know
for
what it
some
was.
reason.
With Fate, they were from a game store called Wild Tangent.
Yeah.
I think Wild Tangent, maybe, like, a free
this-
subscription
yeah.
came
Yeah.
with older computers. So, like,
Is it subscription based? Or was it?
yes.
Or is it still
Like
is?
yes, it still is. If you have the desire to use Wild Tangent, basically, if you subscribe to Wild Tangent, you can buy the games for, like, less money, or you can just play them.
Yeah.
But whatever.
So is it in MMO? Like, is it
No,
multiplayer?
it's
Is
not
it
online at
single player?
all.
Okay,
It's
okay.
100% single player.
Cool.
There are NPCs in the town. There's, like, a ghoul. There's, like, an imp. There's, like,
Yeah.
a fat chef. They'll give you quests, and they'll, like, cycle in new,
I'll
harder
probably bully
quests.
the fat chef.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
Cool.
All right,
So that's
fine.
Fate. You'll
Yeah.
probably see that soon. We're
excited
recording
for it.
it in, I guess, a fucking day now because it's midnight.
I'm excited for it. It's a small game, right? Because it's old.
It's actually pretty big.
How big is it? Because I
Uh,
gotta install it still.
oh, well, I don't know. I feel like it took me
We'll install it
like
tomorrow,
20 minutes at
That's
like
not
14
bad.
megabytes a
We can
second.
do something else in the meantime.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
recently beat the Far Harbor DLC for Fallout 4.
America explain.
I really like that video.
Thanks, but I don't know that I don't.
Thanks, I made it.
Thanks, that was me. I was that Indian woman.
Yeah.
Now Far Harbor.
This is Kansas.
I've been.
This is not Kansas.
I've been playing Fallout 4 a lot with Zeke, especially. Me and him just kind of play that.
God, the guy stinks.
And then, well, it's just because him and my mom smoke so much weed. But
no,
anyway.
it's because he refuses to shower and he's molding.
Yeah, that part's kind of weird. I don't know how my mom kind of deals with that. But that
Gas
part was
mask.
here. No, yeah, like his forearm was like solid last time he was here.
Just
It
like
was just
caked
bad.
in
Caked
green and
just-
white mold.
Mhm. It was
It's
bad.
like an armor.
So anyway, yeah, he's probably strong. Well, he's honestly
Okay.
probably stronger because of that.
Just a
He's
quick,
actually mutating.
Oh, that's good for him.
Yeah.
He's
A
been
quick
working on that.
aside.
He's
Before
turning
you-
into an actual sewer rat.
Oh, that's good.
he's turning into like the swamp thing, but instead of like swampy moss, he's mold.
Swampy butt.
He's butt fart.
Swamp ass.
He's a
Okay.
swampy ass.
Anyway.
Cool.
Been playing Fallout 4. And then I got the Far Harbor DLC, which is like one of 3, but I have no interest in buying the other 2. So I only bought that one. I
Yeah.
played it and I beat it with like
Okay.
one, I think the most peaceful option, one of the most peaceful options I could do. I did one thing that was not peaceful. I blew up a cult. But
Oh,
they're
well,
a cult.
That I mean,
Yeah.
Excusable.
In my opinion, it's okay. But they worship radiation. It was good writing. It had better
was
writing.
it? Wait, was it the town with the giant like warhead in the
No,
center?
you're that's Fallout 3, and that's Megaton. But
Hmm.
yeah, you have the ability to either spare them
Yeah,
or
you
blow
can
them up.
blow up that
Yeah.
warhead.
Yeah, and if you blow them up, like, everybody hates you. Surprisingly.
It's weird. You kill
There's
an
a
entire
hair
city
on
of
this.
innocence.
There's a hair on this. Here, give me that. Thanks. I'll put that back.
It won't
you can
come
have that
off.
later. Oh,
It's his ass hair.
It's stuck.
that's fine. One sec. Okay.
Oh,
You can have
awesome.
that later. Okay. All right.
I like to
Um,
use Jeffrey's butt hairs as floss.
Well, they're very thick.
They
so
catch
they're
a
good for
lot.
that.
Yeah.
They're very coarse.
Like I have gaps in my teeth because of how
Well,
thick
you only
the
have
hair
like
is.
4 teeth.
Well, that's besides the point. This was a
I'm
point.
picturing it like you have like just 2 big square teeth and then like 2 in the back, and that's
Wow.
it. Or no. If you have 4, you'd have 2 up top, 2 on the bottom. So
And they're just
in my opinion, it's just one. It's just like 2 big chompers, and then just like 1 set of chompers on this side. You got nothing. That's because all your dips on this side.
I can pack an entire cheek.
Back a whole log. Hannah, what are some video games that you've played, either past or present,
There are a few.
Currently,
currently? Are you playing anything currently?
Oh, she is.
I
Really?
am.
What are you playing?
On the iPad.
I'm playing
What?
Sonic Dash a lot.
Okay.
Sonic
That-
Dash is
Didn't expect that answer,
like
but that's really cool.
it's pretty much today's Temple Run, but it's
Oh,
got
really?
more.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it
got Sonic.
so much.
Really?
Yes,
Yes.
for like no reason.
You should spend
Like-
real money on it.
I'm not going to do that.
You should probably. do
You
that.
probably should.
I mean, if it's in the game, they want you to
Okay,
do it. So
I played my first ever game of Fortnite, but it was the
Yes.
prop hunt.
Yes.
I still
She
need to
played
play
Prop
that.
Hunt,
I need
and
to
she
play
did
and
that.
the
well.
very first time I bought a skin.
Oh, really?
She gets into Fortnite, spends $10 on V-Bucks.
Yeah.
She's never played. She has not played yet. She spends $10 on V-Bucks because her name on Fortnite, she got just YeeHaw Queen, no numbers. So she's YeeHaw Queen.
What
But
did you buy?
in the shop, there was a farmer skin.
Yeah. So I
So
like
she
had
had
to
to get
get
it.
it.
She spent $10 and immediately loaded up the game. Shit, let's get some V-Bucks.
God, it's like, yeah, it's V-Bucks, baby.
I want to buy some V-Bucks.
And she did, like, well, too.
I did
haven't
do
played
well.
the prop hunt yet. I didn't
It's
play the
so
prop hunt.
fun. We only played it as a group, or like
Like,
I only played it with them
I
one time.
every time I get on Fortnite, because some of our friends still play pretty regularly. Every time I get on Fortnite, I'm just like hoping and praying that they actually want to play Prop Hunt.
Mhm.
I'm like obsessed with the thought of playing Prop Hunt. Prop Hunt is so fucking fun.
Well,
and
I used to watch it like when it was like Gary's Mod.
Yes,
like
I also watched
it. Yeah,
and it gave me like such a craving back then. But by the time I had Gary's Mod, everyone was kind of fucking done with Prop Hunt.
Yeah, no, I watched like a few big YouTubers play it, and then I just like.
Who did you watch? I had two.
You tell me first.
Okay,
mine's bad.
I watched C Nanners.
Okay.
I probably would still enjoy his content today. I actually really like that guy. I watched Mr. Sark.
No, I don't know who that is.
Also, he was one of C Nanner's friends. They were on like Machinima together.
Just guess which one. It was a big one. One of the big main ones.
One of the main prop one. I don't know.
No, just one of the main gamer.
Do you watch PewDiePie?
No, now I do. Yes.
He's
now
pretty
he's
funny.
actually fun. I haven't watched his Minecraft series, but actually looks pretty good. He played with James Charles.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
I actually wanted to watch that. No, I watched Markiplier a lot. That's what got me into YouTube. Yeah, it was Markiplier.
Markiplier's not the worst
I was the age appropriate to like his content. Like,
yeah,
I was kind of.
Everyone falls off their Markiplier.
So it's like
kick.
12 to like 16 years old or something like that. It was like, or maybe probably younger than 12, but like. I'd say 16 years old is like usually whenever people like wouldn't watch Markiplier anymore. In my opinion, like, am I wrong there? Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Because like I watched him up until about junior year, or probably maybe even like senior year. So I was like 18, really.
Well,
but,
I mean that's no fault to your own. I still watch the Game Grumps.
Yeah, no, I do too. Yeah, in my
like
opinion,
them.
they're just different. I think Game Grumps, like, don't get me wrong, it's all just YouTube Let's Plays. Like, that's all they are.
Now
but
they've got a new channel.
Got a new channel, yeah, exactly.
And it sounds awesome.
Yeah,
it sounds like what I wanted, like, Grump Out
right.
to be
exactly.
2 years ago.
Yeah, and so, but like,
Hannah, I'm so sorry, you know nothing about
It's okay.
Well, she watches YouTube. Like, did you
she's like a makeup YouTuber.
Well, who are some people that you watch? Maybe I've heard of them.
She used to watch James.
Really?
I used
don't know
to.
anything about, like...
When he was, like, canceled for a minute, that Hannah fell off.
Well, didn't, like... I don't know. This is extremely dated at this point, but, like, wasn't it not as bad as... Or was it even worse?
It wasn't as bad as people were saying.
It was like...
Both sides had just done wrong.
No, it was more
He was the only one wronging, but it wasn't as bad as people were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Okay, so, like... So basically, a lot of gay and like trans people will refer to a straight boy or like a guy who like secretly is attracted to men or trans women, but they'll call them straight because they feel personally that it's not their business what other people identify with. Them. They feel like, okay, if this person identifies as straight, I'll still be with them because it's not my business whether or not they're comfortable confronting that. So they'll be like, I'm really attracted to straight boys, as in they're attracted to, I guess, the idea of being a secret or like being a side piece or doing undercover, you know what I mean?
And that's what he was doing.
He blew up from saying that he liked straight boys, and then this whole narrative.
And people thought he was using his fame and wealth to manipulate
this whole
straight
narrative
people.
That he did that.
Okay, because that's... Yeah. Okay.
Because that would be much worse.
Yeah. I think
because that's very
and
nasty.
That's what I believed. Because like I'm not in the gay community.
When it first came out, it's like that's what everybody. Whatever,
I like watching makeup.
Although
videos.
Brianna thinks I am.
Who?
Brianna.
Yeah!
Hey, Brianna.
I feel like I should bring that up.
She's probably not even watching again.
I mean, hopefully.
No, tell her.
Hopefully you made it this far. I appreciate that you only thought I had value because you thought I was gay. Like why is that what you asked me? Why not ask like
Jonah? I said, Jonah, we got our first comment
from a stranger
who's not subscribed, and he said, "Oh boy, what is it? I hope it's nice." And I just screen capped it and sent it to him because it said, "Tell him what it said."
Brianna, all it said was, "Is Jonah gay?" And I'm not like offended by the question because, in honesty, most people who meet me for the first time, especially like a few years ago, because my voice has changed since then, but they would just have assumed that I was gay. Like, everyone in the front end of Kroger
Yeah.
would not fucking talk to me, but they all were convinced that I was gay.
Okay.
So, like, but I don't know why it matters.
Right. No, well,
If I was gay,
yeah.
it wouldn't matter. Like, even if I said yes to that,
Right.
like, what changes?
Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, why ask that question
you will
to anyone?
Get a special rainbow on all of your videos.
Okay, I'm a little gay. We get like half the rainbow. But no,
Your gay
like,
meter's just like...
it just kind of irks me. It's not even that big of a deal. I'm bringing it back out. It's not even that big of a deal. But I don't know why it matters, because that answer changes nothing unless you're homophobic. And then you're like, okay, well, now I value this creator less because I know they're gay.
You.
But she was a woman.
But what if she was afraid that you were gay? And
It's like, okay, well, now I can like him.
yes.
Yeah.
Too fucking bad, Brianna. I've been dating Hannah for like 5 years.
Yes.
And
And he's not gay.
And he's not.
also,
Only a little gay is what he said.
Yeah.
yeah,
A little gay.
I feel like everyone's at least a percent,
Just a
like a
little
small
He was
percentage
probably a
gay.
little gay.
Everybody.
Dude,
Yeah.
like ancient Rome, they were hella gay.
They were
Super
just-
butt
They were
sex back in
so-
Rome.
No, like legit,
Like-
they were like very
like-
homosexual.
yeah,
Well,
like,
they
we've
were,
got
like,
butt
they were
sex
both
now.
gay.
Weren't they
They had
just like
super
expected
butt
to have
sex.
kids but could be gay?
Yeah, no, it was very common for like, and if someone's watching this who's like a history buff, whatever, feel free to correct. But I'm pretty sure like
Also, nerd.
from the I've watched 2 documentaries on like Rome that have mentioned sexuality. One of them was purely about the sexuality of Rome in what is the place that exploded? Pompeii.
Yeah.
Do you know Pompeii was like the Las Vegas of ancient Rome?
The
That makes
gamble there?
sense.
That sounds awesome.
No, okay, so literally on the ground in the roads, like you know how like it's like brick road and everything like that. Well, like they would just in like a formation of a penis. There are penises all over the road.
That's so fucking
The
funny.
direction of the penis points you to the
like a
nearest
brothel?
Yes,
Hell
to
yeah,
the nearest-
okay.
And they're everywhere.
That's so
the brothels
funny.
would have like 30 rooms and stuff like that because
Here.
like it was like literally it was like a huge whatever because like when Pompeii happened, like the rest of Rome was like it's because they were like having crazy sex all the
They
time.
were sinners.
And that was like one of the big shifting points of like, oh, we can kind of have sex with like whatever to like, yo, sex and God.
Stop.
Cool. Like
You will die in
Yeah.
a fiery death.
no, yeah, like fucking. I think it was Caligula, which is like the most notorious like Roman emperor, was like extremely
Never heard of him.
homosexual and also extremely like pedophilic. Like
Mm.
ancient
See,
Rome
that's where you
ancient
gotta
Rome
draw the
also,
line
like,
there.
was
It's
very
like
whatever. But no, yeah, it was very common for
like
just,
who you
dudes to
like as
fuck
long as they're
dudes.
not little.
Yeah, no, you
kids.
could like they could. It was just kind of it was a very. It's weird. Like they were kind of fucked up in some ways because like like they took slaves and did whatever.
Yeah.
But then in that aspect, they didn't give a shit about
Because
sexuality.
I guess it just
Nope.
wasn't a concept
No,
that
'cause
one
they just
person
didn't
belonged
care.
to,
It was- yeah, no.
the other.
Yeah.
Back then,
it-
you were lucky if you lived till however long. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly, like,
you know,
30.
It's like, oh my god, you're 45?
Yo, you're about.
You
to
should
die.
have
You're going to die.
You
Old
die
man.
later today.
Oh man,
Go lay
I'm
down.
Gonna kill you.
You've lived for too fucking long. God, there's such a funny bit. Okay, I'm gonna shout out Crystalia as one of my favorite comedians.
He's very good.
I love that
I
man.
swear to God, sometimes when he performs, he's coked out of his mind. But
God,
Oh.
I don't know. He's like,
He's absolutely
Yeah.
crazy.
whoa.
so there's some of his first show I watched on Netflix. I was like, this
Sorry.
guy's coked out of his mind. He's funny, but he's coked
Yeah.
out of
Oh,
his
he's so
mind.
On his podcast, he's basically like he described it as like he's just kind of riffing off himself to try and make like
He's
maybe
probably
some
not,
of this
yeah.
makes it to my
He's
stand-up.
probably not coked out.
No, I don't.
He's
I don't
just
think
crazy.
he's coked up. Yeah, I think
No,
he's crazy.
He's just very energetic.
It's really
Oh, yeah.
weird that
It helps with his delivery though.
like
Oh.
like on Spotify, he's like white male black comic because that's what people labeled him as. Like
Really?
he's like a black comic, I guess.
Okay.
Because of how energetic he is, I guess they have.
That may
I
be
don't know.
okay.
I don't know. But anyway, there was a really funny bit that he did on his podcast. Well, people are gonna be mad at me because I don't remember the setup. I might have to drop it there because I don't remember the setup.
Is that it?
No.
And he said...
And then he was like, "Oh yeah!"
That's it?
That's what he did.
Uh-huh.
No, it was a joke about like airplanes and old people like blocking the terminal.
Dude, old people when they fly, I've noticed, are very, like, you know, rightfully so, slow when they get up off the plane. But
Yeah.
you just stay respectful. You just let them do their thing. But it aggravates you sometimes.
Yeah, he was talking about like there were people like there was a specific group of people are so fucking slow that even the old people are like, "Hey, come on!" And the joke was like, "Come on, I gotta die tomorrow. I gotta get on this plane." And they wouldn't make their way through.
Right,
I think it was like a family of 5 is like your worst enemy in the airport.
Because it's like extremely awkward because like all the seats are in rows of 3s or 4s.
Yeah. Speaking of airplanes, there's a video that surfaced recently on Twitter.
Yeah, they fly through the air. It's fucking...
Yeah, they're
cannot
up
believe
there
it.
like 2 miles in the
Dude,
sky,
crazy
and you
shit.
can see them. But I can't see 2 miles that way. So,
Dude, I don't know. Dude, go
but
ahead.
okay, so
Like
there was
flat, but
there was
go
a
ahead.
woman talking
Yeah.
to her boyfriend, totally abusive on the woman's part. Like she was just like screaming at him. He was like, "Come on, like not here, like just wait."
Oh yeah.
Wait,
And
what was it? What?
I don't know. She's like accusing him of cheating on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's clearly like abusive on her end, and he probably did fucking nothing. He's like, let's just talk about it later.
Yeah.
We're on a flight full of people trying to go,
Yeah.
and they like, of course, the stewardesses. I guess that's right.
Yeah.
Are like coming over, like, "Ma'am, you gotta calm down." And she's like, "No, I don't have to fucking calm down." And she starts like hitting him.
Yeah, she starts like actually like hounding him.
And then the guy gets up and tries to run away. He's like, "Stop, you're assaulting me." And he's like walking up to the front of the plane. She takes her Dell laptop and breaks it over his head.
And she's like punching him in the head. She's like, I'm assaulting you. No, I'm not.
It's like, "This is assault. I'll show you assault.
Yeah, it
I'll
was
give you something to cry about."
And people are like, get her off the plane.
And it's so fucking funny because in the row in front of her, 2 people sitting next to each other both have AirPods on. They're just like the whole time, just like
You
not
literally
actually reacting.
see the guy pause his music and like dude.
What's up?
They're just
Yeah,
like
he's like-
his seat's like when she hits him from the back, she's and they don't take out their AirPods. They're just like,
described it. You said he just got up and ran away. For some reason, I kept like picturing how like NPCs in video games, like whenever you're hurting them and they like do the cower animation and they're just like doing this and then they run away.
Stop.
And they stand up completely still real quick and they look around and then they just run away and they're like, "Leave me alone!" And then they just hide again.
because the NPC has to react to what's going on around it again
Yeah.
to figure out which.
Leave me alone. That's it.
So a crazy thing that happened while I was on a plane.
What?
I was going to LA.
Touch each other's
Sorry, we were
hands.
grabbing
I
fingers.
want to go to LA. So
That's
go
gay.
ahead.
Speaking of gay,
Nice.
I was going to LA.
You guys.
Like, don't leave me hanging. Come on.
I was going to LA, and me and my sister were on the plane.
Yes.
Yeah. And on this plane, there was a guy who was like near us on the
What's
other
inside of
side.
those? Sorry, that was the dumbest thing I've ever said.
What? Plane.
Yeah, I've been on so many planes in my lifetime, and I was just like, "What's inside of those?"
Snakes on a plane? Sorry.
I've had it.
This audio is gonna be bad.
I'll say it. I'll say it right now. I'm fed up with these motherfuckers.
I hope you guys know that after every podcast,
Wait,
me
check
and
this
Jonah
out.
talk about how we need to be better about audio, like whatever, and like the microphone, like literally.
Hey, what's going on, you guys?
After every podcast, and then every podcast, we're just like,
We're the stupidest
cares?
bastards alive.
all right, you're going to LA. What were you
Sorry. Speak into both mics. Coming out the safe.
There was this man.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. There was this man who he was like, I want to move seats. He was like, I want to, because like the front of the plane was like empty.
Does he know that
Already
that's not
kind
how
of
it
a
works?
stretch, but all right, yeah.
He was
He
like,
paid for
I
a.
bought
Exactly.
this specific
seat.
but all right.
he's like, just let me move up there. There's no one up there, right?
Wait, to you or to the stewardess?
No, not
Neither.
Oh, okay.
Talking straight to the pilot.
yeah.
Like, dude, let me drive or let me move up.
Right.
I'm just. I just get really uncomfortable when I'm not in control. I have to find.
I just gotta go up there. And then they were like, we can't move you.
Right.
And he was like, just let me go up there. And they're like, no, we can't move you.
Just let me.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
I love that defense.
So, like,
He's like, but actually just...
Somehow they find alcohol on him.
Oh, sick.
He brought alcohol on his plate. This man was drunk.
Yeah. No.
So he starts crying. And he's saying that his ex-wife planted the alcohol in his bags.
That bitch.
Exactly. He was like literally going off just like that. She's like, she's a fucking whore, and she ruined my life. So he was like fake crying, drunk, with the alcohol on him. Eventually, he did get to move seats, though.
Oh, okay.
They moved him to the front of the plane because he was making such a disturbance.
Be a little whiny baby,
yeah,
and you'll get what you want.
Get your babies drunk and let them cry.
Let your babies drink. Kill them.
And let them cry.
Also, the whole time next to us, there was this man who, he was like kind of chubby, but it was so funny because like he was terrified of the turbulence.
Yes.
So every time there's turbulence, he would grab the side really hard and like kind of yell.
Yeah.
And like me and Billy like laughed our asses off at him every time. He's like a good sport. He was just like nervously laughing because we were just like, we thought it was the funniest thing because he was just so nervous.
Some people are like really uncomfortable on airplanes.
I love the turbulence.
I like
weirdly,
them.
I was like,
cool. The only
this
thing I gotta
fun.
do is like, I've never flown alone before, but like I always get nervous like during takeoff, not landing.
Yeah.
Takeoff. Landing, I'm always like, okay, we're landing, but takeoff.
It's like it's about fucking time.
I'm like,
honestly.
I fucking hope we just don't explode. Like that's it.
I hope we don't get Final Destination.
Yes, exactly. Okay, the first time we ever flew, I was like 8 years old in like 4th grade, and for some reason, an actual fear of mine for months, like up into the flight, up until when we landed, I was like, guys, what if? What if there are still missiles that are like because it's modern warfare. In my 8-year-old head, missiles are fired every fucking day, not like every
like what if they're just still going around?
No, I literally just thought, what if there are just active like heat-seeking missiles out that are just looking for something to lock onto,
looking
and it
for
locks
heat to
onto
seek,
us,
baby,
and we get blown up. My brother was like, why would that happen? Tell me why that would happen. I was like, I don't know. What if it just will? I was so worried about that. Hasn't happened yet. Still alive to this day.
You ended up being like one of those paranoid schizophrenics that thinks the government's after you.
And then I actually ended up start building and launching those exact missiles to prove I was right.
And
it was my sister who sent those missiles.
A terrorist.
The missile technician.
If the government's listening, I'm going to launch missiles at...
You're a terrorist targeting commercial airlines.
Yeah, like Russia did. It's fine. It's all right.
Yeah, you know what? I'd say it's a good idea.
They're like one of their own planes. No, it wasn't their own plane. It was like a Ukrainian plane. They just shot it down.
Fuck the Ukraine.
And then, like, when all evidence pointed to them, they're like, weird. We didn't shoot a thing that day. One of our weapons went off. Not us.
It is so crazy.
It's crazy.
We were sitting here with bears and
it go
vodka.
boom and explode.
We would never do this.
Only half of you is in frame.
That's fine. That's
good.
Really fine. You know what? Fine. Honestly, we're going to finish the podcast over on the side.
We still got
We got like 10 minutes to go, yeah.
Hey, maybe we'll even go longer.
Yeah,
maybe we'll go longer
possibly.
just because I fucking said so.
I'm going to be out of the frame.
Okay, good.
No, yeah,
that's
one of the things. Going back to the beginning.
Like...
Going back to the beginning of the episode where we talked about how we're still learning. When we frame these podcasts,
I'm still learning.
I don't have a bit. I was going to do something.
That's just what my
Good
shirt
job, though.
says.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was going to try to I was like, should I punch his tummy or just tickle his tummy?
You should have just said,
like,
this is America.
This is America. This is America. Just say it over and over and over.
Do you want to know? It might be too dark. I saw something very horrible today.
What'd you see?
What'd
you see?
Well, it's actually really bad, and it's probably going to make you both upset.
Okay.
I'm already upset. You're good.
I'm already upset just looking at you, buddy. Okay, so I saw a video. I don't know why it was on Instagram, but that's where it was.
All right.
And not only was it on Instagram, but I had to go there from someone I know's story.
Okay.
So, like,
was it the cop shooting the dog?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I
Did
did
you watch
see
that
that.
video?
I did.
That's one of the worst things
I
I've
didn't
ever
turn
seen.
on the sound, so I don't know if that was part of the horror.
Yes.
Okay,
I've seen a few
I
of
actually
those.
didn't even see the dog get shot because I didn't notice. Like I
can't
saw
do
it.
Yeah.
Like there's no clear like
Do
you
they
don't
blur
really
it, or do
see
you
it.
just not really
No,
see
you
it?
just don't really see it. But I bet you would hear it.
Yeah.
So
So
I
what-
didn't turn on the sound.
Videos like that are just brutal.
So the video is a man is just walking his dog.
yeah, I think I know which
He's-
one you're talking
He's
about.
an African American man.
Yeah.
So he gets approached by the police.
Uh-huh.
And
they
his
shoot
dog,
his dog.
is protective.
Right.
He is holding his dog on a leash, and the dog pulls away from his owner.
Uh-huh.
And he is not charging the police officer,
Right.
but he's trying to keep him at bay.
I know what video you're talking about.
And
I've
the
seen
police
that one.
officer, he shoots him like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, it's
Shoots
brutal.
him as he's running
away.
the opposite
Yeah,
direction
it's not
of
a
them.
Good, yeah.
It's awful.
It's
Those
the
videos like
I-
that are just
okay. So I got a couple things. Fuck that officer
right.
who, I don't know. I feel like
It's a
it's kind of like
bad
a
man.
like a pretty normal take at this point.
what?
But most officers don't fucks with them.
I wouldn't say that.
I don't know.
I would not say that because like I don't know, like I get it. Like don't like I think if you say that there's not a problem where police officers like actively stereotype African Americans and that like they are not treated unfairly, like yeah, that is 100% happening. But like also, it's not like.
I don't
Like, don't get
think
me wrong. There's a huge culture change that needs to happen. Like,
And it's
with-
like
Right.
people aren't posting videos of like good officers.
it's
Right,
like
yeah.
the
Doing-
individual
handling things
officers
correctly.
Exactly.
aren't
Right.
perfect people.
Yeah.
They're never going to be.
No.
But at the same time, it's not necessarily them individually acting
Oh,
out
yeah.
of the law.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
fact that they aren't expected.
Yes.
They aren't punished, and
Yeah.
like there's no,
No, yeah.
reprimand if
That's the
they
biggest
know
problem, I
in their
think.
training that they aren't like a lot of people are saying that they aren't trained good enough for stressful situations because they do
like,
act
well, then we
on
need to
such
train 'em.
horrible impulse
Right.
Yeah.
because they don't handle the situation well enough to determine
Yeah.
whether they should pull out their firearm
yeah.
and shoot someone.
Oh yeah.
So they're like their training must have been bad. Like instead of
Yes.
saying like this person's inherently racist,
Yeah.
be like this person should have known better.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like more like they like the problem is how the whole
yeah.
career is fit.
Oh yeah. The career. There's definitely a problem, I think, with like a lot of stuff like that, where it's like the entire culture as a whole, like not like America culture. I'm talking about just like police culture in
Cop
general.
culture.
Cop culture is just like way too fanatic in some
Yeah,
parts.
Yeah.
And, like,
because-
don't get me wrong, like I understand, like my dad was a canine officer.
Because,
I
yeah, it's
understand
like-
the whole back the blue and everything. I can't say that like I'm like back the blue or whatever. It's like that goes without saying. I like obviously it's like yeah, I don't want police officers to die. I also don't want like unarmed African like
Yeah, it's like
African-American
blue lives
men to-
matter.
like, and people
Uh-huh.
to
So like
die.
blue
It's
lives aren't a race.
it's
They
like
can go home and
nobody's
take off their
saying
blue.
that. Right. It's like
Yeah.
it's like nobody's saying that they don't matter.
Yeah, and
They're
it's
just
like-
saying that Black Lives Matter is equal as the other
There's-
life. Like,
There's
it's
so
that
many
simple.
like people for the most part are never in the middle.
Uh-huh.
They're
Yeah.
either like cops can do no wrong.
Yeah.
They are trained
that's
like
it.
this for a purpose and they will fulfill it. Or it's like every cop is a fucking pig.
Yeah,
And they
it's
all
like-
deserve
Yeah.
death
Right.
by
it's like,
lynching.
that's not it, guys.
It's like mm-mm.
It's like, don't get me wrong. It's like, obviously, in my opinion, I think like police officers probably got a little bit more work to do than
Yes.
whatever.
I-
but
Yes,
it's
I feel like with
yeah.
the current training, it desensitizes a lot of officers to the actions that they take.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's also that
And
weird
it's
middle
bad.
person who's like, I don't like anyone who's not right. Also, it's like, fuck cops.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm racist, but also I don't like cops.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like, I don't know. This is definitely becoming just like, because we're all from the same generation, and so like
Yeah.
obviously our views are going to be like vastly different than like an older generation. But like a lot of that, especially from where we're from, which is like it's not necessarily rural here or whatever, but like in eastern Kentucky and everything. Like I was just up there last weekend, and I drove by a house that has had the Confederate flag flying ever since I have been a kid, and I guarantee you that flag will not stop flying until that person passes away.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully.
that's how a lot of this stuff works. Is like they're not gonna give it up. You just gotta let them go out the door, and then
they will eventually die out.
Like,
because it was generational.
That is one thing that should be universally hated.
Yeah, it's
because
like
the argument
I don't understand.
It's not enough.
It's not.
It's not enough.
It's not though. It's like that wasn't a culture.
Nope.
Because the
those
people
were the
who
people
argue
who
for
wanted
it
to
are
keep
like,
slaves. That was the heritage.
Yeah, they're like,
it's a
this
way
is
of
an
life. It's
American
it's a
flag.
way of life
They're
where
like, this is just it's just an American flag. I'm just patriotic.
It's not.
Well,
The Confederacy
It's not
was
even the
only
right flag.
created because the
They
United States
didn't
was
wanna
divided
be-
on how they
yeah,
felt
exactly.
about slavery.
And it wasn't. It's not even. That's not even the right flag. It is a flag that the Confederacy used, but the actual Confederacy, that's like a battle flag. The actual Confederacy flag,
which is like
was
worse.
that flag is just a big white flag with that in the corner. You know where we have our stars and stripes?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that, and then where we have the stripes,
It's just white. Sounds
And so
lovely.
that's the actual flag. So it's not right. But like the whole heritage is not hate. And like the thing I've heard the most is
How
like,
is it not hate?
yeah, the thing I've heard the most is like,
In the heritage.
it's like,
in
oh
what-
no, it's just like about it was about states' rights and everything like that. It's like, yeah, the states' rights to have slaves.
The
And, like,
state's
Yeah.
rights to continue practicing
yes, yeah. And it was like in the
institutional
war,
racism.
and like,
Before institutional racism was a thing.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it had to have been birthed from somewhere.
Right.
Slavery.
And that's
but-
what, and you know, that's kind of what happened is like after like the Civil War, the North that like had won did not do a good job of like keeping up with like what is the Reconstruction period of America, like after the Civil War.
I think
where it was like you're not slaves anymore, but if you want, you are allowed to continue working on your
Yeah,
plantation.
no.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you would not get
because
paid
the North
next to
wasn't perfect
nothing.
either.
No.
They were like
No.
like Abraham Lincoln was not a perfect man.
No, the Civil War was about slavery, but it wasn't about slavery until he made it.
It was about
slavery.
it was about slavery more from a political standpoint
Yes.
than
Yeah.
than a
it wasn't
like what a
it was
moral
just
standpoint.
it was a tool of like it was like a power move to
Yeah.
get him to be like
One that
slavery is
should
illegal.
have been taken,
Right,
But
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
feel I don't. It had to have happened at some
Abraham
point.
Lincoln's wife's family kept their slaves after. Like they
Yeah,
they
and
had
it's like-
slaves in Kentucky after the abolition movement was over. After the
a lot of places. Yeah, no, it
Like people in power,
yeah,
just like
And
today,
They kept their
they get
slaves.
to get away with
even
things.
and even if you like didn't keep your slaves, like you didn't have them chained up or whatever like that, you could be like, oh yeah, you could just work for me.
They're
now,
my
and I'll pay
indentured
you-
servants,
I'll pay you
and
like
I-
50 cents a day.
Yeah.
and stuff like
I
that.
actually
which
did a
is, like,
project in
yeah.
my U.S. government class because my teacher did a really good job of showing both of the sides.
Right.
And I actually did it. They're like, you have to write an essay from one side or the other. So I wrote from the Confederacy, saying that a lot of the people who actually fought in the war were very poor people who didn't own slaves.
No.
And then it showed like a lot of people from the North going there and like burning down their houses, like calling them,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
the
like
North kinda
crackers.
went
Back
sicko
then,
mode.
crackers was a word
Yeah.
that was from the North to the South, like saying like crackers
Yeah.
because they had a whip, like they
Right,
were like
yeah.
bad people who were racist. So
Is
people
that
didn't-
where cracker comes from?
Yes.
It's a whip cracker, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where it comes from.
I am saddened by this.
Yeah, that's what that
I
Yeah.
thought it was like a saltine or something.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
were comparing white people to an
The white
average ass
crackers,
saltine
yeah,
cracker.
It's just like the most bland food.
No, well, it works, but
Yeah. Oh, it works as that.
It
yeah.
works.
But yeah, no,
But
it's
yeah.
from the crack of the whip.
so well, that's kind of true that the people who actually fought and like died in the war were people who were just afraid. They were told that their land was being taken. They
Yeah,
were lied
no,
to.
And in a lot of cases,
lot
it
of the
was
stuff-
being taken. And
Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, like the North, like it was the fucking Civil War. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
brutal. And,
there
like,
was like no perfect.
and like the North, like okay, first of all, there's like, is it Sherman's March or something like that, or like some I can't remember the name. I think it's
What
Sherman.
happened?
It's the general who literally from, I don't know, he marched from like the north all the way down to the south and just fucked shit up the entire way. It's like an entire trail that you can actually go follow now. But like literally he would like pull up on a village, burn it to the ground, and just take whatever supplies he would need. And it was when the South, I believe, was like. It was like what made them quit because they were like, we have like nothing left.
You're
like,
taking, you're
that's what the
taking
movie was
scraps
about.
right now.
That was actually
Sherman's
what the movie was
March.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And like,
and of course they frame that movie as he's the hero for doing that.
Yeah, and it's like he did stop the war, but like at the same time, it's like
he's taking. Well, I mean, what can
killing
only
a
be
lot and
described
stuff like
as
that,
innocent soldiers.
And like the North would oftentimes just like pull, especially in Kentucky, since it was a neutral ground. Both sides would kind of do this.
Yeah,
where they'd pull up and they'd be like, "Yo, for your government, give us like 2 of your cows of your 3, which is like more than half of your food." You know, it's like whatever. Actually, kind of transitioning. My screenwriting teacher had actually wrote and directed a movie that was filmed here in Kentucky. It's actually not bad, and it's from the point of view of a kid in Kentucky during the Civil War who North soldiers come in and kill the father's already dead. He went off to fight for the South and died immediately. And it's like what you're talking about. Like they were just poor. They didn't really know. He just kind of got called on to go out there.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So he goes out there and he dies. And I'm just kind of going to tell you this movie because I figured it's an old movie.
Yeah.
I will not be
and so basically what happens is like one of the Norse soldiers like basically take their cow and like all of their shit, and then one of the Norse soldiers like falls off the top like layer of the barn, because you know how like inside a barn there's like whatever, and he falls onto like one of those like rakes that's upside down, so it like goes through his leg, so he's just like injured. So the troops that come to raid them actually have to stay there for 2 or 3 days or like a week, and so they stay there, and then eventually they leave. But like as they leave, I think they like end up taking way more than they said they would. Like they take the cow, they hit the mom, they like whatever, and so the kid ends up like taking a pistol, running down the river where because they hike for like 15 minutes, and he follows them, and he runs up to like the guy in the back who's like has his leg is injured, shoots him, and then runs back. And so the soldiers come back and we're like, was it you? Did you kill him? He's like, no, it wasn't me. I'm just a kid. And they're like, we have no way to prove that this is like was him or whatever.
Yeah.
And so
it could have been literally any one person.
And it's based off of like a real life letter where this guy like a few years after the Civil War wrote about, and the letters here at UK or the professor
That's crazy.
showed it.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, where he's like, the guy wrote about how one day Northern soldiers came into like whatever, and they got rough with his mom, so he fought like. And again, they can't confirm it's true because it's just this one guy saying he did this one thing, so he could be lying. But like, it's way more fun to believe he actually did it.
And like, not to get it wrong, the people with the Confederate flags are not, they don't have that ideology.
No.
They don't. They're not like, my great-great-grandfather fought for a war. He didn't know what he was doing. He was just poor. He was just like, no, my great-great-grandfather was racist.
And they were right.
And now I get to be racist with a shield.
Yeah.
The shield claiming it's my heritage. I was raised this way, guys. It's not my fault.
Yeah, like, but
I can't see right from wrong. Reflect. I got a big flag.
Like a lot of the I wrote that like you could compare the people who fought in the war to slaves.
Right.
They worked for all the same really cool, people. Like they worked with slaves.
Right, yeah.
But just higher.
Well, often sometimes like slaves fought in the war.
Yeah.
I think on both sides.
They were made to,
On both sides they were just like kind of just like, all right, here you go. On the North they were like, yeah, you can like
I think on the North it was more
we watched a movie on that too.
They can volunteer for that,
optional.
and then the South was more or less.
But they weren't paid.
They needed soldiers.
Yeah.
The North treated their African American soldiers badly.
No, yeah.
They treated them extremely badly.
No, they were like oftentimes like the cannon fodder.
Yeah, they were on the front end.
They were like, it's like, oh shit, we're gonna lose this side. Send them there.
Yeah, it was awful. Like
we expect them.
They were racist.
That's what even in World War One. Have you heard about that? There was a group from Harlem called the Harlem Hellfighters.
I've heard of them.
Were constantly. Only reason I heard of it was because Battlefront 1, the Battlefront Second World War 1, opens up with a mission, and every time you die, it tells you the name of someone who was, like, in whatever. Because, like, it's not real names, but it's just, like, making them up to show you, like, every time you die, it's, like, realistic. This many people actually fucking died or whatever. And then once it was the tutorial level, but once you completed it, it was, like, it gave you, like, a 5-minute mini documentary on, like, who the Harlem Hellfighters were. And they were just, like, 18-year-old kids from Harlem, New York, who were sent to, like, fucking Germany and Austria and shit to fight on the front lines because they were the unit that was, like, oh, we just need someone to get in there until our troops can get in there. I just send the fucking Harlem kids in there.
Send the kids.
Right, yeah. No, that's what it was. Yeah, they were fucking kids.
They barely lived.
Oh, God.
My great-grandfather during the World War One, or no, it had to be World War Two.
Right.
He like moved here from Germany.
Oh, really?
And like lived in Cincinnati, Ohio.
That's cool.
And fought against Germany.
That's actually really cool.
He didn't speak, like, back then, like, if you were caught speaking German in Cincinnati, you got the shit beat out of you.
Yeah, because...
like, you were a traitor.
It's a world war. It's
he, like,
kind of
silently was in the Navy fighting against Germany.
That's pretty... I guess they can't really get mad at you.
To lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Have we seen those memes recently? I know I've spoken to Hannah with them.
World War I memes?
The time traveling memes where it's like soldier... It's like soldier... Or... Fuck.
Is
like
it
time traveler.
Like, what year is it? And they, hang on, let me ask somebody, and they say something. It's like we're in this year. Are you talking about that one?
No.
Oh,
it's like it's like the ones that's like time traveler.
Oh, it's like the what?
Like what's happening right now? It's like we just won the Great War.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you mean World War One? And he was like, say psych right now.
Say psych right now. There's gonna be another war.
Please say psych.
I really like that one. Yeah, those are really good ones. But yeah, I mean we're at an hour and 6 minutes right now, about an hour and 5 actually. But how'd you like the podcast? You sat in last week. You were here for
I
that.
did. I was sitting in that chair.
Yeah, and you talked at the end of it.
Well, I thought that if I was going to be in the room for the podcast, I might as well be on it because I'm gonna want to butt in.
Right.
Yeah, because that's what happened last time. Is you wanted to butt in.
This was a very good pod. I like this one.
Yeah.
You should come on more often. I like that.
I would.
We need to we have our one audio interface with 2 mic inputs. Eventually, we'll get one that has like 3 to 4.
Once we have like an extra like $300.
Yeah. As of right now, we just got 2, so you're gonna.
Who knows when that'll fucking be?
You're just gonna have to deal with that. So, all right.
Maybe I'll get like an awesome part down the line that pays me like $6,000.
All right. Well, the music's fading in soon, and we're gonna
we're
gonna head off of here.
Hear you anymore because
we're gonna head off of here. Do you want to put your mic in hands?
Okay. Ciao.